National Week is here, and I'm ready to make some big deals on the show floor. Today, I'll tell you which cards I'm targeting to buy and why. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to National Week, one of my absolutely favorite weeks of the year. My team and I are ready to head to the National, and we have a huge booth on the show floor this year, showcasing Sports Card Investor, Market Mover, Slab Strong, and these beautiful stand-up displays. And within our booth, we'll have a Card Kids Trade Zone co-sponsored by eBay, a safe area for kids to get together and trade cards with my Sports Card Investor team available to help them look up comps. We decided to do this at our own expense after hearing from some kids at last year's National that they got ripped off in some trade deals. So we wanted to create a safe space on the National show floor for kids to do trades with other kids. eBay loved the idea, and they've been a big help co-sponsoring this with us. So if you're going to be at the National, make sure to come by our Sports Card Investor booth in the corporate area. We're going to be right next to eBay, and I hope to meet you there. And if you happen to have one of these beauties, my Jeff Wilson Topps card from 2023 Big League Baseball, not only will I sign it for you, but I'll also do a pack battle with you on the spot for signing my card. I'll do that when you bring it to me to sign. If you don't have one of these cards, there's some for sale on eBay right now. I don't know if they're going to get to you in time for the National, but if not, you can always buy one and mail it to our studio, and I'm happy to sign it for you by mail. The scope of the National this year is going to be insane. In fact, it's the largest show floor ever, 20% larger than last year's National and 33% larger than the last time it was in Chicago. It's truly going to be an epic experience. But if you're not able to make it to the National this year, don't worry. We're going to be releasing videos every day from the National starting this Wednesday. Get ready for the very best coverage of the National here on our Sports Card Investor YouTube and on all of our social media accounts. And our YouTube videos from the National will be brought to you by eBay. All right, so let's talk about what I'm going to be looking to buy at the National this year, because I will be buying. The National is so large, it's a wonderful place to find cards that you otherwise wouldn't see at any other show. So if you're pursuing rare cards or vintage cards, the National is the place to do it. And the first type of card I'm going to be looking for are rare vintage on-card autographs. I absolutely love collecting on-card autographs of star players, particularly on vintage cards, because they're so rare. Consider this. PSA has authenticated more than 7,500 of the 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth cards, but they've authenticated less than 30 of those cards that were signed by Babe Ruth. And the same holds true for so many great vintage cards throughout history. There have been a total of around 1,900 of the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card graded by PSA, but only 18 have been PSA authenticated with his signature. Now, of course, getting one of those signed 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle cards is probably going to set you back hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you can get signed Mickey Mantle cards from other years for much, much less. And there are many great players whose signed rookie cards aren't actually that expensive, even though they're pretty rare. I'm going to be on the hunt for those. The second type of cards and memorabilia I'm going to be looking for at the National is anything and everything Dream Team. I consider the 1992 Dream Team to be the most important team in sports history. They ignited the growth of basketball globally, and they changed the trajectory of the NBA. Plus, the team was filled with absolute legends: Jordan, Magic, Bird, Barkley, Hakeem, Robinson, Malone. The list goes on, and the team will never be forgotten. 2 years ago at the National, I picked up an extremely rare complete signed set of the 1991 Skybox Barcelona Dream Team cards. It's still one of my favorite things that I own. In addition to loving to collect cards of Dream Team members, I think they're a great investment as well. 25 years from now, when the NBA celebrates its 100th anniversary, it will be the Dream Team members who will be in their 80s, and those members will be celebrated as the greatest living legends the sport has ever seen. There's other legends I'm interested in buying at the National as well. I'm going to keep an eye out for Jackie Robinson cards, Tiger Woods cards, and Bill Russell cards, because all of their impacts went well beyond their performance in their sport. And I'm going to keep an eye out for special Shaquille O'Neal cards, because I think his giant size impact on the NBA is overlooked, and his cards are underappreciated and undervalued. And maybe with the recent rise in the importance of big men in the NBA like Jokic and Embiid, collectors will take another look at Shaq and realize that many of his greatest cards are still available for relatively reasonable prices. But it's not just the all-timers that I'm going to be looking for. I have been buying a lot of Jalen Hurts cards this offseason. Jalen Hurts is my favorite speculative football card to buy right now because I think that the Eagles are going to dominate in the NFC for some time to come. Hurts cards still sell for well below players like Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. And some Hurts cards, believe it or not, even sell for less than comparable Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields cards. In my opinion, Hurts is in a good position to get back to the Super Bowl, perhaps over the next several seasons. So while I already own a lot of Jalen Hurts cards, I wouldn't mind owning a little more if I can find a good enough deal at the National. I'm also going to be looking for some Tua cards. Now look, I recognize Tua is a big risk with his concussion issues, but his cards are way, way down from where they were early last season when he was performing well. So I think he's worth the risk. He has an amazing array of weapons around him, and I think his card prices will quickly rebound if he has a good start to the beginning of this season. I might also pick up some current baseball players, as the playoffs will be here in just a couple of months. And every year in the playoffs, the cards of star players who make playoff runs heat up. So if you have a hunch for who might be October's heroes now, the National is a good time to pick those cards up. And I'm ready to get into some real speculation mode at the National. I'm going to be buying some big cards of Ja Morant. Yes, this is taking a huge chance because we all know that Ja Morant has had some serious off-field issues, and we don't know if those are ever fully going to get under control. But on the court, Ja Morant has been brilliant and a real difference maker for his team. So while it's a risk, I'm looking to buy the dip and pick up some key Ja Morant cards on the National show floor. What do you think of the cards I'm going to be buying? And what cards do you think that I should be targeting at this year's National? Please let me know in the comments below this video. And stay tuned to this channel and all of our Sports Card Investors social media accounts for videos and breaking news every day from the National starting this Wednesday. And if you're going to be at the National and would like some tips on how to prepare, check out the National Survival Guide video we put out before the 2021 Chicago National. We're going to link to it in the upper corner of this video here. And make sure to stop by our Sports Card Investor booth next to eBay in the corporate area. We're going to be running incredible deals on market movers. We're also going to be doing giveaways and selling the latest Slab Strongs and these awesome stand-up displays. And of course, we're also going to have that Card Kids Trade Zone, co-sponsored by eBay, open to all young National attendees to trade with each other. So happy National Week. I hope you will enjoy it as much as I will. Take care.